Well, hello, how are you doing today? Somebody asked me to post a message, they like it, so here I am. So, welcome to the daily, weekly, monthly, ever how often I do it. Words of wisdom, words to transform us by the renewing of our minds and to change our hearts. That's my desired outcome for myself and for you. So I start out, I don't know if my phone's crooked. I think I might be crooked. Am I crooked? Or does it matter? Anyway, I start out with my Thanksgiving journal. I try to see life as a gift because it's very easy to see life as a burden. So I thank God every day, and today I wrote, I am thankful to God for the gift of falling asleep to the rain. It was raining all last night, and I just turned off all the lights and just sat there and listened to the rain until I fell asleep. I also write down the food, or one of the foods that I had that day, because I really thought about this a lot. The food that I eat, I didn't grow it. I might have worked to get the money to pay for it, but still there's a lot of people involved getting that food to me, and sometimes Elizabeth, my daughter, even makes it, or I get it at a restaurant or whatever, so I didn't even prepare it. And so there's a lot of things that go involved, but mainly whatever I'm eating, whatever any of us are eating, it's because God has caused the food to grow. So I had chili yesterday that Elizabeth made, and it was really good, and it really hit the spot. Actually, I had leftover chili today for lunch, and it was even better, I think, the second time. So I'm thankful to God for the gift of chili, for the food that I eat, and the fact that I got to sleep to the rain. And I usually go back and I thank God for the previous couple of months or few months. I thought I'd read these to you as well, because I'd like for us to see life as a gift that God has given us. So September 22nd, I wrote down, I am thankful to God for the gift of my electric tea kettle. Elizabeth actually gave that to me as well, and it makes tea really easy and fast, and it's always the same temperature. When I make it on the stove, sometimes I boil it too long and the tea's way too hot. Sometimes I don't do it enough and then tea is way too cold. But when I use the electric, it's always the same temperature, so it's pretty awesome. So I thank God for that. August 22nd. August 22nd. Oh, the 22nd is my birthday day. So I was born on March 22nd. So August 22nd is my birthday day. The 22nd, I always celebrate my birthday. I don't, but anyway, I don't know why I said that. I'm thankful to God for the gift of starting over with wisdom. I was thinking about starting over that day for some reason. And sometimes we all need to start over. And we start over not from exactly the same place, but more wise. So I thank God for that. July 22nd, seeing life as a gift, not as a burden. I am thankful to God for the gift of going to see Superman with Elizabeth and her boyfriend Zach. Actually, I just wrote down going to see Crypto because Superman the movie was pretty terrible, in my humble opinion. But I did like the dog Crypto, and I did like going to the theater as well. Going back to June 22nd, I started this in May, so this will be the next to the last one. June 22nd, I am thankful to God for the gift of Greek yogurt. I like it. It is healthy, and I have it for breakfast every day. It's one of the healthiest things I've done. It helped me lose weight, help me feel better. So I highly recommend Greek yogurt for breakfast. As my sister's favorite. I put blueberries and walnuts and cinnamon, and it's really good. And back to May 22nd. I think May 22nd was I'm thankful for going grocery shopping. Elizabeth taking me grocery shopping, and it was. I'm thankful to God for the gift of Elizabeth taking me grocery shopping. So I encourage everyone to see life as a gift from God that He has given to us. So today, October 22nd, my words of wisdom that I wrote down today and I prayed through today. Going through the Gospel of John, John 3:34. For the one God has sent speaks the words of God. And that's John the Baptist talking about Jesus being sent and how Jesus speaks the words of God. If things Jesus is trying to communicate to us, he speaks God's words, and we're trying to hear God's words, and we understand human words, so sometimes he's confusing to us. So we have to sit and really listen to what he's saying, and as we do, we hear the words of God. Proverbs 11:10, when the righteous prosper, the city rejoices. When the wicked perish, there are shouts of joy. I hope and pray that I would be righteous so those that are around me can rejoice. And I pray that I am not wicked and God forgives me of any wickedness. Because when you're wicked and you perish, that doesn't necessarily mean die. It means something bad happens to you, or you fall short, or you stumble and mess up. If you're wicked and something like that happens to you, then everybody's good because he was a jerk anyway. So I don't want my life to be that way. I'm going through Ecclesiastes, verse 10, Ecclesiastes 3:10. I have seen the burden God has laid on the human race. And you'd have to go through all of Ecclesiastes, and I don't want to preach a sermon on that verse today. But under the sun, just seeing that there's a lot of things that are burdensome in this world. And I'm not talking about blaming God. You need to read that verse in context. But the writer of Ecclesiastes is just seeing how life can be a burden. And we can see life as a burden, so that's one of the reasons we have to learn to be thankful. I was listening to a sermon by Tim Mackey about being judgmental, and he said in his don't judge lest ye be judged is the passage he was using, and removing the plank from our own eye, or the beam from our own eye, before we try to remove the speck from our neighbor's eye. And he said in his sermon, assume you do not have the whole story. You do not have 100% vision into that person's life. Assume you don't know their motives. You probably don't need to worry about this because you probably don't judge at all. But sometimes I judge people, and I have to remind myself and let God remind me that I don't know everything there is to know about that person, their motives, what they're going through. And I have to understand that human beings are complex. So I do not judge them because I don't know everything there is to know about them. He secondly said, they do have a speck in their eye. It's pretty obvious to everyone that they have a speck in their eye. But I should always assume that my own sin, my own beam, my own log in my own eye, my sin, my pride, my self-worth issues, my insecurities are more serious, are more grievous than their speck. So what I have in my eye, if I view myself rightly, because I don't know all their motives, I see that my sin is more grievous than theirs. I couldn't read my own writing, I'm sorry. We usually have arrogance towards others and ignorance towards our own selves. I can see their speck clearly, and I'm arrogant, and I know exactly why they do what they do, and so I can call it out, but I'm just ignorant toward my own shortcomings, my own sin, my own pride, my own the way my self-motivations. I'm ignorant towards those things and don't see them as a log or a beam in my own eye, but I see their speck as just blow it way out of proportion. And those are just two thoughts. It's by Tim Mackey, his sermon on judgment. If you ever, I saw it on YouTube, so you can look up Tim Mackey and Judge Not. I don't remember exactly the title of his sermon if you want to hear it all in context, because there's a lot more to it than what I just read. And finally, a sermon by Mark Rutland. He was talking about Moses and his brother Aaron and his sister Miriam. Aaron and Miriam had turned on Moses. They were saying he wasn't doing a good job. Actually, Miriam become racist against Moses and was judging Moses for the African wife that Moses took, and says, "You should not have married her." And in this story, Miriam, because of her racism, and my dog is barking because she hates racism too. She in the story, Miriam turns leprous. She gets leprosy, and she's told that Moses has to pray for her to be healed. Anyway, the story, the sermon Mark Rutland tells, there will be good people in your life for whatever reason they may turn on you. At one point, they helped you, supported you, but at some point they come to a place where they sin against you, they become rebellious against you, and they try to hurt you. Well, what do you do during that time? Well, you have to have the same humble attitude that Moses had toward his brother and sister, and he did pray for Miriam that she was healed. So we all get to different places in our life. People were helping us, they were supporting us, and then all of a sudden we're not getting along as well, and you may even do that to other people, and I hope you don't turn leprous if that happens, if you do act like Miriam did. But we humble ourselves and say, this is how people are sometimes, and we pray for them, and we get the beam out of our own eye, and we trust that God will take care of us. And we see life as a gift and not as a burden, even though there are burdensome things in this world. So that's my message for the day, the week, the month. I'm about to get really busy with my schedule, so I don't know how often I will be doing this. I will do my best for that one person who wants to hear it, maybe even two people that want to hear it. Anyway, I pray that your mind is transformed, your life is transformed, and your heart is changed. God bless you. I love you. Go in peace.